Hi guys, my name is Eve Rodriguez, and the topic I chose for this week's discussion is conversion therapy. So what is conversion therapy? Conversion therapy is any emotional or physical therapy used to, quote, cure, end quote, a person's attraction to the same sex or their gender identity and expression. And my laptop's broken, so I have to record this on my phone, so I'm just going to go to the video on YouTube.
So today in 2019, conversion therapy largely takes place underground. You won't be able to walk into a licensed counselor's office and ask them to engage in this practice because it would be deemed to be unethical and unprofessional. So we largely see conversion therapy happening underground in faith-based communities, which makes it harder to detect, but also more dangerous the more underground a practice like this goes. Quite frankly, it tells them that they're wrong, that they're disordered, or that they're an abomination to nature or to their God. And so now imagine that you're a young person who experiences that, and no matter how hard you try or how hard you pray, you can't change who you are. This is what lends young people to taking their own lives. It can lead to depression, self-loathing, hating yourself, hating who you are, self-harming behaviors such as cutting or drug and alcohol abuse to negatively cope with the stress associated with conversion therapy, all the way up to people taking their own lives.
Even though some adults of their own free will seek out some version of conversion therapy, Wells says the practice is simply dangerous, regardless of age.
There are all kinds of practices that we restrict adults from engaging in, even if they should desire, such as driving a car without a seatbelt, driving their motor vehicle while intoxicated or impaired, because we know that this just doesn't harm themselves, but it's detrimental to the values and beliefs of our society.
What's the difference between a service animal and an emotional support pet? Well, a service...
And that's the rest of the video, but to give you a little bit of background on the origins of conversion therapy. It started in the 19th century Europe before making its way to the United States. Physicians in the United States initially viewed homosexuality as a medical problem, so they tried to, quote, cure, end quote, it through gross and inhumane medical procedures such as castration, rectal massages, and bladder washes. Sure enough, by the 1900s, they realized it wasn't working. With the rise of psychotherapy arose a new idea that many prominent psychoanalysts supported, that hypnosis can cure homosexuality. They started implementing techniques such as aversion therapy, electroshock therapy, and even lobotomies. So once they realized that physical torture wasn't enough, they moved to mental torture. As the time passed and the world became more aware of this issue and more progressive, there was a profession-wide shift in regards to the effectiveness and the morality of the therapy, and by 1968 it had been classified as a form of sexual deviation. Gay rights activists also began advocating for civil rights. As a result of this shift, homosexuality was declassified as a mental disorder in 1973. This led to the rejection of conversion therapy by the mental health professional world. Most states have state legislation prohibiting this, but there are many conservative states where it remains a legal practice. Why is it controversial? As discussed earlier, it's traumatizing to the individuals who undergo it. It supports the idea that homosexuality is a mental disorder, which it has been declassified as. It's religiously motivated, and it's ineffective, and it's ethically wrong. This is a current study. This is an excerpt from a current study that I found on the subject. In 2007, a task force of the American Psychological Association undertook a thorough review of the existing research on the efficiency of conversion therapy. Their report noted that there was very little methodologically sound research on sexual orientation change efforts, and that the results of scientifically valid research indicate that it is unlikely that individuals will be able to reduce the same-sex attractions or decrease or increase other sexual attractions through SOE. And I chose that it obviously should not continue. It's so unethical, it's so ineffective, it's religiously motivated, and it's a violation of human rights. And it's no longer accepted in today's society, which is a good thing. And that's my presentation. This is my works cited. Thank you all for listening. Have a good day.